Welcome back to the Proptech channel. My name is AJ, and I'm your host for today. The Proptech channel is a platform that showcases leaders, founders, innovators, game changers, and the innovation they bring to the real estate industry. I'm excited because today we're going to talk about real estate simplified, and this is going to be very helpful for first-time buyers. So we're going to provide you with first-time home buyer's guide. Today's episode, we're going to feature Brooky technologies. But before I go to the introduction of our guest for today, please allow me to explain what is Brooky. Brooky is a technology that helps to simplify the home buying experience of buyers, developers, and agents by using cloud-based web and mobile app that speeds up the sales processing from client inquiry to reservations and helps eliminate the manual time-consuming processes of having a real estate project. Ladies and gentlemen, our viewers, let's all welcome the co-founder and the head of business development of Brooky, Ms. Stefanie Uy. Hello, Steph.
Hi, AJ. Thank you so much for having me here today. And thank you to the Proptech channel for having me as a guest. And hello to all of the viewers here today.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you, Steph. And we're going to talk about real estate simplified. And I think that people really like simple things, right? We don't want complicated things. So let's talk about that. So my first question for you, Steph, is what are the top 3 problems of buyers, developers, and agents that you see in the Philippine market?
Well, the first problem that I see in the real estate market here in the Philippines is that our process of buying and selling real estate is really fragmented and complicated. So like you mentioned earlier, right? People want simple. We don't want complicated. But unfortunately for us here in the Philippines, it is difficult, especially for first-time home buyers to navigate the process of purchasing real estate. There are many steps involved, and the duration of finding a home to getting the title is very long. So second, it's the lack of aggregated data. We have no multiple listing service. There's no single database that buyers, developers, and brokers can view to get accurate data of the market and how much a property should be priced, how much a property should be selling for, things like that. So we don't have that aggregated database. And third, I would say, is of course the state of housing here in the Philippines. I think we're all aware we have a backlog of 6.5 million houses, and this number is expected to grow in the future. So there's still a lot that can be done to help improve the real estate industry here in the Philippines.
Yeah, thank you for sharing those 3 important key points, Steph. No, that's very true. Actually, I think it's the problem lies in the fact that there is a lot of backlog, and 6.5 million pesos is 6.5 million houses is a lot, right?
Yes.
So let's talk about the role of technology in simplifying the home buying process.
I'm glad you asked that question because I believe that technology is really the key in simplifying and streamlining the home buying process. So some practical examples would be, let's say, in finding a home. With the right technology in place, buyers should be able to see what are the options available? What are the comparatives in the market? How much is a property being sold? Is this area flood prone? Is this area good for transportation? So not only for the buyers, but for the developers as well. Like technology would be able to help them figure out where would be the best place to put their project. How much should they price their project so that the buyers are able to afford those projects? So there's a lot of things that technology can do to organize data so that buyers can make better decisions. So after that, there's the matter of simplifying the home buying process itself. Like, for example, purchasing a unit. Technology can make it easy for buyers to transact or purchase a property. They can do it all online without having to leave the comfort of their home. So those are just some examples that I see that technology can help in making the real estate process here in the Philippines much better.
Right. Thank you for that. So tell us about technology that Brooky has actually developed, no, to address these problems? How will it help the buyers and developers?
Yeah, so I do love that part of our uh, part of our topic today is about simplifying, right? Because here with Brookie, it is our mission to make the real estate buying and selling experience simple, seamless, and delightful for everyone. So our first step in doing that is by partnering with real estate developers. The reason why we did that is because a lot of home buyers here in the Philippines choose to purchase a home with developers for the reason that it's easier for them. If there's lighter financing, there's financing options that developers are providing. The developers are the one who will be constructing the home, so it's less of a headache for our home buyers. So this is why we decided to partner first with the real estate developers. So what are we doing for the developers now? So with Brookie, developers are now able to cater to their buyers fully online. Their buyers can choose a unit, accomplish their forms and requirements, they can pay online, they can book that unit without having to go to the office. So at the back end, we also help the developers in terms of making their processes more efficient without with making their manual processes become more automated, whether it's their inventories or documentations, computations, and more. So what we're really doing is we're helping real estate developers be ready for the digital real estate future. And when we do that, when we empower the developers, then we are then helping also the real estate brokers and agents who are working for the developer. And we're also helping the home buyers who want to make, who want to have an easier home buying process.
Yeah, that's great. That's good news for the developers, definitely, Steph. So can you share with us some of the success stories? What are the benefits of using Brookie's platform? And how many people have you helped, or how many developers have you helped with this technology?
Right. So in terms of success stories, so there's really a story in my mind right now because there's a developer that we're partnered with in Calabarzon. They have 7 projects that's on board with Brookie. And one of the things that they told us, they were the ones who told us, na they experienced a 90% increase in efficiency in their reservation docketing. Yeah, they also experienced a 600x faster response time to their brokers and agents due to automation. And they increased their sales 11% within just 3 months of using Brookie. So these are just, a success story that we have. And one of the things that they mentioned to us that really warmed my heart is that they said that out of all of the technology investments that they've made, Brookie has made them parang sobrang happy. Those were the words that they used, sobrang happy. So yes, so we are partnered with several real estate developers nationwide, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. Over 4,000 real estate brokers are using our platform. We have over 1,000 buyers who have booked their units using Brookie. So we do hope to continue to expand our reach. We do hope to continue providing that efficiency and to really help the real estate developers, all of the stakeholders, not just the developers, the brokers, and also, of course, the buyers.
Right. Yeah. So, Steph, in talking to the developers, have they given you an idea as to how long it takes before how long it takes, the sales process, how long does it take manually before they actually used the Brookie technology?
Interesting question. So I guess one answer that I have in my mind right now, although this is not the entire sales process, but for that client that I mentioned earlier, their reservation docketing, before it would take them 30 days to turn around a reservation document. And the implication of that kasi is that it holds up the transaction, not only on the developer side, but with the buyer, because the buyer will not be able to proceed. Like they won't be able to pay their first equity without that proper reservation documentation. So before it would take them 30 days, even sometimes as long as 45. But with Brookie, we really made that process shorter to as short as 3 days for them. So that's a pretty big leap for them.
Oh, wow. Yeah, 30 days, from 30 days to 3 days, guys. All right, because of the use of technology, such as Brookie. So, Steph, I understand that you're also a real estate developer yourself, so you would be in the best
A broker.
position. A broker, real estate
Maybe
broker.
in the future, who knows?
Sorry, you're a licensed real estate broker, right? So you would be in the best position to give some sound advice or tips, for first time home buyers. What would make it, easy for them to buy a property for first time buyers?
Right. So that's a great question. So before I became a co-founder of Brooky, before I dipped my toes into property tech, I've been a real estate broker for 11 years already and also a real estate consultant now. And some of the tips that I can share with the buyers, let me just share three. So number one is for you as a buyer, what are your goals when you're purchasing a property? So this is something that I personally ask my buyers when they inquire from me, especially buyers who are, most of them are OFWs, right? So there's really that goal first that you need to have. Like, why are you purchasing the property? Is it for end use? Like, do you want to be the one who lives in that home? Is it for investment? And when you're thinking about investment, what kind of investor are you? Are you more active? By active, I mean, are you into property management? So if in that case, I would recommend probably a condominium where you can lease it on a daily basis. You can do Airbnb. But let's say if you're more a passive investor and you just want to put your money somewhere, let it grow, let it appreciate, then I would suggest probably a lot so that you can do a land banking. So you have to check out what are your goals. Really think about it. Are you the end user? Are you investing? What are your limitations as an investor? What's your personality when investing in a property? So number one, that's tip number one. Really figure out what are your goals when you're investing a property. And number two, of course, this one's very obvious: location, location, location. So you can never go wrong when you choose a property with a good location, because real estate, it just keeps growing. Like, for example, a city, it will keep growing through time. So you can be sure of a property appreciation if you have good location. And it's not just about where the property is located, but you also think about, is the property prone to flooding? Is the property prone to landslides or things like that? So there's a lot of factors also involved when it comes to location as well. And number three, and this one is very, very important, I really have to stress, please do partner with a reputable real estate developer, because this developer, they will be the one who will be in charge of creating your home or building your condo unit. So how do you know if a property developer is reputable? Well, of course, check their track record. Look at the projects that they've already developed. How are they developing it? Are the materials they're using good? And at the same time, what is the response from the buyers who have purchased from them? Do they have good after sales? Wow, that's super important. And if you've noticed that if the developer is using Brooky, well, I assure you that developer is an innovative developer, and they're also focused towards serving their client better. So if your developer is using Brooky, well, that's a good sign.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that's pretty straightforward. And I want to deep dive, Steph, on the location. What do you see now would be the best location to buy a property? Let's talk about Luzon. Let's talk about Visayas and Mindanao, if you have that inventory.
Right. So that's a very interesting question, no? Because I do believe that location is also relative to the buyer. So it just goes back to my tip number one. If you think about your goals, like for example, I'm gonna cater towards the home buyer. Let me just give a personality. Let's say, for example, an OFW, because I know we probably have a lot of viewers who are also big property investors, but we have a majority of home buyers here in the Philippines, mostly OFWs or those businessmen who are looking to invest in their first home or project. So I would say that the location, well, of course, CBDs would always be a great idea. Right now there's a trend because of COVID that the outskirts, like the provincial areas, are also taking in a lot of interest, because the behavior of home buyers have now changed. The home buyers are now looking for wider and open spaces. So those can be a good idea as well to invest in. But I guess it goes back to your goals. Like when you invest in a property, who can help you manage it? Do you have a property management company that will help you? Will the developer provide that for you to help you manage your property? Do you have family who can help you take care of the property that you are going to invest in? So there's a lot of factors in terms of location. CBDs will always be a big hit. And of course, the outskirts, the developing areas are also something to look into, whether it's Luzon, Visayas, or Mindanao. And at the end of the day, will there be someone there who will help you take care of that property?
Awesome. Yeah, I think you nailed it on the head. Definitely. One of the major factors is the goal, the purpose, right? Of course, the location would be up to your goal in the first place. And then thirdly is to work with a reputable real estate developer. Yeah, so I hope that, our viewers were able to get some sound advice and clear tips, for first time home buyers. I wish that we can do the interview longer. Let us know if you would like Steph to come back for a part two, and we'll ask her more questions. But for you to connect with Steph, feel free to follow her on her social media accounts. Steph, do you want to invite them to follow you and then to visit what the website of Brooky Technologies?
Yes, so we are available in social media. We're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn. That's Brooky Technologies. You can just search as Brooky Technologies. And for real estate brokers too, we do have something new for you, and that would be Dazzle. So just search it on social media as well, DAZLE. So for buyers, developers, brokers, please do look for us on social media, Brooky Technologies, and also Dazzle.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much, Steph. I think that was full on. It's short and sweet. You were able to provide really clear advice to our viewers. And once again, if you have any questions, more questions rather, feel free to connect with Steph. She is a co-founder of Brooky. And this has been another episode of the Proptech channel. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode. Thanks, everybody.